When you think about dance for older people, the tendency seems to be, social dance or line dancing or salsa dancing even. And whilst that's lovely and it's fine and it's a fantastic opportunity in itself, I wanted to offer something just a wee bit different. And we're very lucky to have Echo in the city here. So we had a conversation, and Steve would consider himself an older dancer anyway. He's in his 50s now, and he said he thought it was a wonderful idea. So it just started off as a series of workshops to begin with.
The level of engagement with the work that the 5 women in the performance have been doing is way beyond what you would expect from most people, the vast majority of people who came out of a professional dance training, because in a professional dance training people have trained in general to conceive of themselves as bodies, as objects that do functions, and they're told what to do or they decide what to do and they do them efficiently, apparently, with a whole lot of unthought out aesthetic and cultural values which are embedded in the way they train, the way they present themselves, looking in a mirror, copying each other. You've got to be young, you've got to be athletic, all that sort of stuff. What we've been doing is something that those people would find extremely difficult to do, and I know that from personal experience, which is spend a lot of time becoming aware of the moving nature of being human.
I've always been drawn to dance. I've always thought I would love to dance, but nobody ever told me I could dance until I met Steve, and Steve just lets you know that anybody can dance. And that's what's so wonderful, and he seems to unlock something inside you that's already there, but you didn't know it was there. And you become enthused and you go with it, and it's really a wonderful experience. It's very liberating until you hear you have to do a performance, and then that's scary. You suddenly go, no, I don't like this, but out of the comfort zone. But you feel good afterwards.
We don't put the emphasis on performance really. We let people go at their own pace. Sometimes people aren't well enough to perform. Sometimes they just feel, well, I'm not at that stage to perform. But by coming to the workshops and participating, they are actually informing the performance with their own presence. It's a very organic kind of way of engaging people, and it works on a range of different levels. It's not just about the movement, there's the spiritual, the emotional kind of well-being of the participants as well. And Steve has said, that they actually react to that very intuitively, and I think that comes from the fact that they are older and they've lived a wee bit, and they have something extra, I think, to give into the process as a result.
Steve's a wonderful teacher, and he was able to give us guidance about different ways of just simple things, just having us reflect on how we walk and how we stand and how we balance, and reflect really on our memories of place, so that we could actually be creative around that. It's like poetry really, only it's dance poetry as opposed to portrait.
So we're not so interested in can Peggy or other Peggy or Carmel do something. Are interested in what meaning they wish to create in the world from their experience, and then to allow the process of creating meaning to itself expand the functional range.
It was just such a holistic approach to something that I had never experienced before. And it wasn't like a dance, it was like, your whole body was embodied in this. And you just felt like your soul, every bit of you came together. You weren't moving a leg, you weren't moving an arm. It was all part of the same movement. And you touched something in your soul.
I'm a very kind of introverted person anyway. I'm at ease looking inwards. So looking outwards and performing are quite difficult for me. So to get the balance between the inward experience which is easy for me, and the outward one, which is difficult.
It's quite daunting to go into somewhere where you don't know anyone on your own, but everybody made me very welcome and I soon settled into it. It's taking you out of your comfort zone and doing something that you don't normally do. You're more aware of movement and how we move. The whole experience was very positive.
We've been very lucky this year because WEA applied to the BBC Performing Arts Fund, and that really allowed us a much longer lead-in time to devising this performance this year, and that was a bit of a luxury really. Sometimes we just can't get that kind of funding, and it also, we really enhanced the process as well by having Christopher Norby with the original score as well. So that has been fantastic to have that extra funding this year. They are very keen to come back. It's now up to me to find the extra money once more. So I'm hoping that we will be able to continue it next year for the final year of the Learning Age Project.
I think it's a really, really strong piece. So I'm very, very happy with the work that I've done and feel very privileged that I could, do that work with the women who came along. Complete pleasure.